Hello, everyone. Coach Allison back for Defy Aging, and we're in week 13. Let's review what we're going to do. So we have a circuit of 7 exercises on the turf. We're going to go through that for 3 rounds. That's pretty typical, right? But how we're timing it is going to be a little different. We're going to do matching work and rest times. So round 1 is going to be 40 seconds on, 40 seconds off. Round 2 is going to be 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. And round 3 will be 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. So they decrease as we go. That third round, though, at 20-20 is going to go pretty quick. So just be ready for some fast transitions from one station to the next. All right, that being said, we have 7 exercises to demonstrate, so let's get right into that. Station 1 is a lateral step up. So we start on the side of our box, and of course you can choose the height that's appropriate for you. And the big thing here, though, is we need to make sure we're stepping very wide because I need to leave some space right here for my other foot. If I was to put my foot right here, then when I can't try to come up all the way with my other foot, there isn't space here. So keep that in mind. We're going to do a step all the way up and all the way down. So it's kind of a step touch. And similarly, you also have to step wide when you're stepping down because I need to leave room here for my other foot. So halfway through each set, all you have to do to change sides is spin around, and now we are stepping up with the opposite leg. We shouldn't have to take the time to run over to the other side. I think it's quicker just to spin and start stepping. We don't want to lose too many seconds, especially on that third round where it's only 20 seconds long. So halfway through the set for that, you'll switch sides, and that is our lateral step up. Okay, next up we have a chest press variety. So with any chest press, when we're lying on the floor with weights, I always recommend to start like this. Put the weights on your legs, then lie back with the weights there, and then they kind of just fall right into place here. What I don't recommend is lying down first, and then you have to kind of like, and then come over here and try to grab that. It's depending on the weight you have, it can be a little risky on your shoulders, and it's just please do it the first way I showed you. It's a lot more smooth and safe. From here, we're going to do a variety of a different kind of pattern. We're going to do up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. This takes a lot of focus and control because you feel a little lopsided. So you have to kind of keep the core and the torso tight to feel like you're balanced out. Also, watch out for that second arm to come down. Watch when I bring my first arm down, my left arm is staying perfectly straight until it's ready for that side to come down. What I mean by that is sometimes when we're releasing the first side, watch my left arm, that second side can kind of start to trail down too early. So we want to look out for that. So very strict, up, up, down, down. Put the weights down like this. That's going to be a little safer. Once again, on your arms and shoulders. Anyone staying off of the floor, as usual, we'll always bring an incline bench over into the space so you'll be at about a 45-degree incline, but you're able to do that same exact exercise without needing to be on the floor. So that's our up, up, down, down chest press. Next station, we're going to do some Romanian deadlifts again this week. I know we had them last week. Last week we were doing dumbbells, and this week we're going to do a kettlebells, I should say, plural, because what I mean by that is typically when we do a kettlebell deadlift, we have one kettlebell and we are doing them like this. This week we're going to be using 2 arms, 2 weights, just like we did last week with the dumbbells, but this week they're going to be kettlebells. And yes, it can be the same exact weight. Maybe you used 15s for your dumbbells last week, so you might probably want to use 15s this week. It's just variety. Kettlebells and dumbbells are loaded differently as far as the weight distribution. Kettlebells are bottom loaded and dumbbells are, half the weight on each side of your hand. So really it's just variety. Neither one is superior to the other. So we have our kettlebells. They don't have to be perfectly strict in front. I actually don't recommend that because look, when I make my hands go right in front of my legs, what happens? Watch my back. My upper back, I kind of round my back, and that's what we don't want with deadlifts. So it's okay to have them kind of at a slight angle. See how they're kind of on the corners of my legs? From there, it's the exact same as our deadlift last week and every other time. We hinge at our hip, pop your hips back, keep your body weight in your heels, What we're looking out for though is not allowing these shoulders to kind of come forward and round. See that big difference between that and that? So same exact cues and demonstrations as last week's video. Just again, kettlebells versus dumbbells this week. You might be surprised to learn that it does feel pretty different. So let's give those kettlebells a try. All right, we've got an anti-rotation circle. So we have a band tied up to our side. Obviously, the farther out you step, the pull's more resistance and more tension. So you stand wherever it feels challenging, but like you're able to keep really good proper form here. We're going to extend the arms. Now it's called anti-rotation. So we're trying not to do any like rotating of the torso or the hips or the upper body. So arms stay straight here, and we draw, medium to maybe big circles with the arms. Now this is pretty easy for me. Because I'm not feeling much challenge there, so all I do to make that more challenging is step out a little farther. Now I'm resisting more because I'm pulling against more tension on the band. So keep the arms, see how my arms are straight, keep the arms locked in straight. We aren't doing this because this isn't honestly doing anything. It's not hard, you don't feel anything. Arms extended, that's where you feel some muscles on your core, in your core here, maybe some arm and chest and shoulder. Don't shrug, so we're not doing this. Shoulders down. Halfway through, all you have to do is spin and go the other way, or face the other way, because that then works the other side of your body. I've had the question, does it matter what direction you do your circles, like this or like this? I don't think it matters. It's just going a different direction, but it's pulling the same type of resistance. So either direction with your circles should be fine, but we do want to make sure we're spinning around to get both sides of the body. Okay, this next one will be some cardio and some agility all wrapped into one, a little coordination. It's a lateral jump plus fast feet, not at the exact same time, but so the jump is a lateral jump, so sideways. So I'm going to think of it like a jump squat, but we're adding a little bit of a sideways movement. So we're going to come down, jump over, then you just kind of count 3 to 5 seconds in your head, and we're going to do fast feet. So you stay, like, look at my feet here. I know it's really hard to tell, but I'm on the balls of my feet. See how light that is? I'm not stomping my heels down. Your feet should feel very light on the floor, nice and bouncy. You're on the balls of the feet. So you count 3 to 5 seconds of that. So I'll go 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you're going to jump over to the other side. Do it again. 4, 3, 2, 1. And continue. So that is the lateral jump plus fast feet. Be honest with your counting for the fast feet. So we aren't going to jump and go 3, 2, 1, jump, 3, 2, 1. So try to count that true 3 to 5 seconds. But anyways, that one will be different. Let's give it a shot. Coming back to this one really quick, I did forget to say option for anyone not doing impact. We're going to do a wide side step. So wide step, and then your fast feet. 3 to 5 seconds, wide side step. So that is a little different. We aren't getting the cardiovascular challenge from a jump, but we're getting some hip, and it's just going to be a little bit different. So that's the modification if you need so. Next station is going to be not too much coordination, but a balance for sure is the primary. A lot of shoulder, some hip. We're doing a overhead hold, so not continual presses, just an up and hold with the opposite side high knee. So the side with the weight, you want the palm turned in. See how the my palm's turned in towards my middle. So we're not doing this. And try your best to get your arm locked in straight. See my elbow? We're trying to avoid this. Honestly, when you have it straight, you're adding more stability. If you have a bend in your elbow, there's way more room for it to be wobbly and kind of waver around. So this is one of the few instances where we want a locked in joint. Very rarely do we want a locked in joint. We do for this. So if you can get your bicep right next to your ear, perfect. See? Okay, that's what we're shooting for that side. Then the opposite side is going to do a controlled, slow, high knee. We're not going for speed here. Definitely fine to come near a wall or a rack, kind of put your hand on it for balance. We do want the balance to be some of the focus of this exercise, however, so don't hold on to something like 100%. Use a fingertip, something that gives you that secure sense of security. So we're not, like I said, we're trying to have the balance be part of the challenge here. But this arm is going to get tired and want to start doing this. It's your job to keep it up there. halfway through each set, we'll switch sides, switch arms, switch legs. Again, opposite side from the weights is the knee that is lifting. Be ready for, again, for that third round, the 20 on, 20 off round. It's only going to be 10 seconds each side, so be ready to switch sides relatively fast. Okay, final station. We're going to keep up with that up, up, down, down pattern that we had with our chest press earlier, and we're going to do hammer curls. Now, a hammer curl is just another term for a bicep curl. It just refers to the hand position. So I'm keeping my palms turned in towards my body at all times. So there's at no point is the palm turning forward. We're going to do up, up, down, down. So we go up, up, down, down. Doesn't have to be fast. We're not trying to go fast here. Full curl, full extension. Do watch out for not fully extending. So what we're trying to avoid is kind of coming down like halfway like this. We want that full extension at the bottom. And same cue as I said in the chest press, watch out for when that first arm is coming down. We don't want the second arm to kind of start trailing before it's ready. So hold that second arm all the way in place there like this until it's that arm's turn to come down. Okay, so that is our hammer curls with the up, up, down, down pattern. Just a little bit more coordination tossed in there, but let's isolate those biceps this week. Okay, for our team builder, it's going to be a partner back-to-back walk. I actually forgot what I called it, but it's something like that. You can use the squishy weighted slam balls, probably want a lighter weight, or you can use the big round stability balls. The stability balls will give you a little more distance between you and your partner because you're going to be back-to-back. And it's a little easier to keep the ball between you two because you're going to be, I'll show you what's happening. You're going to be back-to-back with your partner, who I don't have a partner, so I'm using a wall. And you are pressing, so my wall is my partner. Their back is pressing the ball into me. And then trying not to use your hands like I'm doing. I have to use my hands because I don't have anyone behind me, right? We try not to use hands, but you're going to walk with your partner, trying to keep that ball between you guys. So you have to work together. You have to push the right amount of pressure together, but you're still trying to move in one direction. So your coach might have you go a big lap around in a circle or down and back. I think down and back is probably better because then each person gets the chance to be the leader and go forward. So that's probably best. Anyway, so that was with the slam ball. Stability balls, like I said, going to be a tiny bit easier because it's not weighted. So it's going to be a little easier to keep that ball between you and your partner. So I'm going to suggest like a minute of doing that, whether you do circles or down and back, just a continual minute. Your coach might change the time and that's fine. Maybe do a relay, however they like to get creative with that. Takes some teamwork, takes a little strategy. So let's give it a try. This one will be super fun. Okay, that is week 13 for Defy Aging. Maybe 1 or 2 new moves in here for some of us if you're newer with us. So I hope everyone enjoys this workout. See you back next week.